you seen the new trend of the baby where they take the baby under the chin and then they put a rap song over it? Because he's just the baby's like blah 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 blah.
Welcome to another episode of Velocity Chaos. Hello and welcome here to the Velocity Chaos podcast. We are coming to you at the speed of sound. We are on the airwaves from the Hexapod Soundhouse in Cleveland, Ohio. My name is Luke. I am joined by my co-host, Nick. How you doing?
Good. Happy to be here for the 49th episode of the Velocity Chaos podcast. And we are joined by our favorite DJ in the world, DJ In and Out.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm In and Out.
He's our favorite, not our best. Luke, tell us what's going on in the show today.
Well, what we got going on, I got some Marcus Aurelius quotes I don't want you to quote me on. Nick's got something he just found out. And then I want to do something for the ladies. We're going to get into a ladies segment. And then we got one of our favorite segments based on a true story. We'll come up with a movie on the spot based on a headline that Nick had found. So what I'm telling you is just a reminder for our returning listeners and a note for our new friends. Here at the Velocity Chaos podcast, we explore the highest heights of human knowledge and the lowest depths of crude humor. Our mission is to tinkle that pink thing between your ears, poke that frontal lobe, or sometimes just smash the laugh box. So hop in and buckle up for an infotainment ride across the airwaves.
And before we get into it, another reminder to follow us on Instagram at Velocity Chaos Pod and on Facebook. Also, drop us some stars on iTunes, some love on Spotify, and definitely hit the subscribe button on YouTube where you can watch the show. If you really want to get involved, shoot us an email at velocitychaospodcast@gmail.com. Thank you, as always, for your support.
Oh, that is excellent stuff right here. So we started something to loosen us up here. We are going to play a game of Make the Connection, and DJ In and Out is going to give us a couple of words we got to connect. DJ In and Out, what you got for us today?
All right, fellas. We're started off with boats, and we need to make it to jail.
Boat jail.
All right. So I'll start with boats. Boats, water.
Blue.
Sky.
Birds.
Trees.
Bark.
Dogs.
Cats.
Kibbles.
Food.
Steak.
Cows.
Grass.
Marijuana.
Why'd you say it like that?
Marijuana.
Okay.
Go.
Damn it! I'll lose. Sorry. Peaceful.
Hippies.
Protesting.
Arrests.
Jail.
Okay.
I struggled there.
Okay.
I
Okay.
took the bus.
It's all right. It's all right.
Struggling bus.
No, we got there. We got there. We got to jail.
Yeah, I froze. My bad.
No, it's good. That's why it's a warm up.
It is. You know who didn't freeze?
Tell me.
Marcus Aurelius.
Oh,
We got a segment here. Don't quote me on this. I got a couple of Marcus Aurelius quotes.
nice.
He has a book out there. He wrote this book a long time ago called Meditations.
Okay.
And that's something I wanted to read and I plan on reading. So I'm hoping that this will inspire me to read that. Just kind of getting into these quotes. But I wanted your guys' take on some of these quotes that I found. But just a little backstory on Marcus Aurelius. He is Roman emperor from 161 to 180 CE, current era. And I wrote some of that. So BC and AD. Let's just get into that real quick for people that don't know. The idea To count the years from the birth of Jesus Christ was first proposed after year 525 in the Dionysius Exiguus, whatever that is, a Christian monk. Oh, by Dionysius Exiguus, Exiguus. Standard night under the Julian Gregorian calendars. System spread throughout Europe and the Christian world during the centuries followed. AD stands for Anno Domini, Latin for in the year of the Lord, while BC stands for before Christ. Not as cool, classically.
No, classic.
So, and then CE stands for Common Era or Current Era, while BCE stands before the Common Era. So you got those two that you can kind of go by.
So this is the secular segment of our podcast.
Exactly. I don't know what that means, but someone else knows.
I'm just kidding.
So yeah, the meditations are what Marcus Aurelius wrote. So I'll get into this first one here. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength.
Oh yeah.
I feel like a lot of people need to hear that one and take some time to ponder that.
Absolutely.
There's, how does that hit you?
Well, I mean, that's been a big theme in my life. I know last year you read Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl, and there's a huge amount of input from him about the inner life. He calls it the inner life, which sounds like Marcus Aurelius is onto the same track. And the thing about Viktor Frankl's book, when you start to look at all these other great thinkers, you start to see this trend of people who cultivate the garden of their soul, right, of their mind and that inner life. So seeing these people who've lived good lives do that, I'm starting to really believe that you have to be working on that interior life, the things you can control. And it's just very factual that sometimes there are things that you just will never be able to affect. So why be bothered by them? Why worry about them?
Yeah.
And when you stop worrying and you're believing in those things that are kind of within your immediate effect, you start to kind of, I think, become stronger, like he said in that quote. That hits me really well, and I like that quote a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, the more strength you have over your mind and how you perceive things, the better off you are.
Yeah.
And I don't know, last year, like you said, I read A Man's Search for Meaning, and I think then you read it.
Yep.
But we were talking a lot about, just kind of like routines and stuff and starting your day off right. And that going back to that, and I'm telling you guys right now, DJ In and Out and Nick and everyone watching. So in a month when you see this, hopefully I'll be in a month of, doing a routine of, waking up a little earlier, reading, doing some reading, exercising, just being healthy. And when I did that last year I did that for quite some time, and that was probably the best I've ever felt.
Wow.
Like as a person.
Nice.
Just doing that routine, and I maybe add some meditation or prayers. Like it doesn't have to be like praying to God or whatever, but just praying. I get doing a lot of reading on that. Like it helps manifest stuff in your life. So kind of becoming more in touch with yourself. You become more in touch with what's around you as well.
Wow. Well, I think that's a great idea. But reading, great point. Reading, if you think about it, reading doesn't do anything other than like nurture your interior life. Because when you read a book, stuff doesn't happen, right? You're not cultivating the earth in your backyard. You're making a garden. You're not fixing a part of the house. You're not doing anything other than investing in your mind.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it's so powerful, but also why it's the first thing to go. Because we live these lives that are all about action, 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 but there's not a lot of time allocated to that inner development. So, man, dude, that's a good one.
Yeah, that one hits hard. And then here's a couple other ones that kind of are kind of the same. To get like the happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts.
Ooh.
And then this other one that kind of ties this. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. So that one, happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. So you're thinking good thoughts.
Yeah.
You're going to perceive things in a better light. You're going to live a better life.
Yeah.
You got your optimists and your pessimists, and kind of in this situation, glass half full, glass half empty.
I'm seeing a theme here. We might need to do a deep dive eventually on this because these Marcus Aurelius quotes are so timely, but also impactful. Because I also read the 4 Agreements.
Okay.
by Don Miguel Ruiz, and he's talking about Toltec teachings, which are ancient Latin American philosophers. And the crazy thing is, right, Marcus Aurelius' philosophy of the inner life and like this, your soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. That is pretty much perpendicular to the same philosophies built into the Toltec teachings, which happened across an ocean.
Parallel.
What did I say? Perpendicular?
Yeah.
Parallel is right.
Okay.
Parallel. They're completely parallel to what Marcus Aurelius is saying, but across an ocean with no internet, no phones, no nothing.
Yeah.
So these must be some sort of universal truth going on here about investing in the interior life and investing in that kind of in your mind.
Yeah.
So I mean that's amazing. That's amazing because you're looking at, like you just said, 161 CE to 180 CE. That is before anything even remotely happened.
Aliens.
Before even the Vikings, I think, came over to Americas. But there were people here.
Still might have been Pangea. Who knows?
We don't know history.
Millions
BC,
of years
CE,
ago, right?
AD, XYZ.
I don't know how many that adds or subtracts.
This is awesome, though. This is great. I give you credit for digging into this guy.
Yeah. Having these deep things, like, it's fun. I could see why there's, philosophers and stuff, because it's so interesting to ponder these questions or like go into these modes of thinking. And here I'll just hit one more real quick because those two are kind of the same. But everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth.
Oh,
that one's
hefty.
So that one,
very relevant.
Yeah. I kind of agree. I kind of like the everything. Like it's like a true or false question. Like when it's like everything is whatever. Like it's like I don't know. Can I fully agree on everything? Maybe because you just need one case to disprove it. But for the most part, totally agree that everything you're only getting one perspective when you hear my story. Or we could all tell the same story of how we were here today, and it'll be a different story.
Yeah,
it's all our perspective and.
I think this is the tough part with this is we live in a world, again, different than Marcus Aurelius when things were about what you could affect in your immediate vicinity.
They didn't have science back then.
The funny, they were animals back then. No, the idea, okay, get this really quick.
Yep.
This quick idea, roll with me, right? So like he was talking about working on your inner life because you can't control the things around you. Back in the day when really the only things you could perceive were kind of what was happening around you, or if a messenger came out of nowhere and told you about it, right?
Yeah.
That was it. So he was already saying you need to work on your inner life. And now there's even more information coming at you every second of every single day. So it's like the floodgates have opened up in the modern world. The Industrial Revolution and all the technology that's happened ever since is just saying, let's globalize these messages so that we can globalize our products, so that we can globalize our revenue, right?
Yeah.
And all of that driving force has created an intense amount of information being thrown at us. And yet I don't think people are stopping to say, whoa, I just need to worry about what is immediately in my circle. And I think what this quote is really trying to say, he's not trying to say don't believe anything. And he's not trying to say believe all the things that you don't know, which is what's happening a lot right now.
Yeah.
But just worry about that world that's right around you. That's what I think it's really trying to say. Worry about the life within and worry about the life that you can reach out and touch, literally, physically. So, dude, this guy, this is almost 2,000 years ago. Like, man.
Yeah. And even if you get in, like, because you're getting into the current aspect of it. So if you take like Instagram for now, like you have people, or even any kind of social media, they're posting stuff of, oh, look at this vacation we went on. I got my beautiful wife, my beautiful kids, my wonderful dog, and look at my awesome car and my awesome house. But we flew on this amazing jet. Like you don't like. It seems like it's wow, those people like they have so much good stuff. But that perspective that they're showing you probably isn't exactly whatever. Like hopefully it is. But
hopefully for them.
That guy's probably depressed. Just like it seems like 95% of the world now is depressed
Yeah.
on something like, and he goes home and he hates his wife. He hates
His beautiful wife.
His beautiful wife.
Yells at his beautiful kids.
His stupid kids.
Kicks his beautiful dog.
Yeah, it's like, you don't know what's happening. You just have one little frame, and it's not actually probably what's going on. But he's an influencer, and everyone's getting duped.
Yeah, I think that's a whole nother spiral. I mean, you can't believe everything is a fact, but you can't also just doubt everything, because then you're just crazy.
Old curmudgeon. You're gonna break your brain.
You have to believe in something.
Yeah,
you do. People who don't believe in anything because they're either too nervous or afraid are people who don't have an inner life that they're solid with, because they're just like, even if that's not true, I'm okay.
Yeah,
that's what happens.
That's what. That's a tangent here. What's the quote? It's like, believe in something. If you believe in nothing,
you'll fall for anything.
Fall for anything. That's what it is. Something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Don't quote us on that one.
Quote us on the Marcus Aurelius stuff.
Yeah. But man, that just segment was so stimulating. It almost broke my brain. I mean, just speaking of broken things, though, if you have a doodad, a what's it, or any type of thingamabob, or even a box full of trinkets that you have just been waiting for a repair, take them down to your local Big Guys Repair. With over 500 locations across these United States and Guam, Big Guys Repair brings us the small town repair shop feel to whichever place you're in. Except Florida. There's no fixing that place. Big Guys Repair can fix anything. They employ only the best and brightest at Big Guys Repair, and they will return your item working or your money back. At the checkout counter, whisper Big VC pod into the friendly associate's ear for a 30% off your repair price. There's no job too big for Big Guys Repair. This is not an actual product, service, or idea. Just in case you thought it was, it's not. If there is something out there with the same name, we're unaware and have no affiliation, offer no judgment on the actual product, service, or idea. Need to fix my mouth.
Go Big Guys Repair, man. There you go.
Yeah.
My mouth is broken. Well, I just found this out, guys.
Tell me more.
2 actors, 1 character. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's Dane. That sounds... Nice. I remember that.
Well, that sounds gnarly.
I got duped back in high school on
Dude,
that.
I get... My gag reflex starts going as soon as I start... okay, moving on. Fuck.
2 actors, 1 character.
2 actors, 1 character. So, the Oscars happened recently. It was really cool. And I realized that there are 3 pairs of actors who have won an Oscar for playing the same character.
Ooh.
Did you know this?
Well, say it again. 2, 3.
So there are 3 pairs of actors who have won an Oscar for playing the same character.
Oh, okay. The character's the same, but it's been different actors.
Yes.
Okay.
So, yes, exactly what DJ In and Out said.
Got it.
Neo in The Matrix.
He won for all 3. So it's less about the trivia. I just wanted to wanted to break it down, talk about it, and maybe get into a little bit of hypothetical of like what you guys wish you guys would win for. But do you have any idea what the first pair is? I'll give you a hint. It happened in the 70s. It's a big franchise.
Romeo and Juliet.
Not a comic book.
Star is Born.
Star Wars.
Nope.
Franchise.
70s. Francis Ford Coppola.
Yeah, I bet.
I know this is the wrong segment to do trivia with Luke, but
yeah.
Wanted to go with Eddie Murphy.
I'll just tell you and we'll just get it.
Even though I have a film degree, I'm the worst.
So, the character is Vito Corleone.
Yes. Jaws.
Jaws 3D. The Godfather Part 1,
right.
1972. Marlon Brando won for Best Actor in a Leading Role. Okay. And then 2 years later, Godfather Part 2 came out in 1974, and Robert De Niro won for playing the young version of Vito and won Best Supporting Actor. Okay. So that's pair number 1. This one, I'm going to give you some hints because it's worth trying to guess this one. Okay. You will know this one.
Okay.
It happened in the 2000s, in the last 20 years. That's not
Yes.
enough.
101 Dalmatians. 101 Dalmatians.
Wait, so you're telling me
The dog one.
they have some like award ceremony where they give people things for
Little gold
movies?
statues.
What? That's crazy.
So it is. The award was awarded posthumously.
Posthumously.
You're right.
Paris nefaciousness.
Watching nothing annihilation. All right.
Is this
Posthumously.
Spider-Man? Uncle Ben
Close.
died.
Close.
Oh,
You're going in the right direction.
Superman.
Closer.
Batman.
Closest.
Oh,
Who won an Academy Award for being a Batman movie?
Heath Ledger.
Oh, he got it before
Wow.
you DJing it out.
My brain shut off for a second. I was like, wait
So
a
the
minute. How do
Joker.
you close
Heath
this?
Ledger posthumously won for
Yeah.
Best Supporting Actor in 2008 in The Dark Knight for playing the Joker. Who's the other actor to win for playing the Joker?
Joaquin Phoenix.
Dude, he just
Wait,
nailed-
Joaquin Phoenix. Didn't Jack Nicholson get it too?
No. Good idea, but maybe nominated.
I
You'd
just
have to check.
remember Joaquin's
Joaquin.
extremely lengthy, over-the-top speech that was unnecessary.
Yes. So the Joker brought in 2 Oscars within 10 years of each other. Just a little. It was 11 years for 2 actors. Again, with the flip-flop. It was Best Supporting and then Best Leading, just like for Corleone. And now, as of this most recent Oscars, there's one more pair.
Okay.
So, does anybody have a wild guess?
Wild Wild West guess?
It was not Will Smith.
Okay. There's other things that
It
when you
was-
hear this, you'll be like, oh, yeah, he did that.
It was in the most recent Oscars. I purposely didn't.
No, it's
watch
fine. It's fine. We're just gonna talk it through.
I
So,
purposely didn't watch it because
it's-
I didn't realize it was on and I didn't care.
It's not north, east, south.
Kanye?
It is Kanye.
Yes? West?
Yes. Okay. West.
Darn.
You have 2 of these on a coin.
Sides?
Heads.
West
Okay.
Side Story.
There you go. West Side Story is the film. What is the role? And
Hacksaw Jim Duggan. With the 2x4.
Close. This is better. Just having you guess. The role was Anita. And
Who
in
would
ni-
have got that?
Anita.
Anita.
Oh, DJ and an Al got it.
I need a drink. I need a drink to remember this. Anita, West Side Story, 1961. Rita Moreno won Best Supporting Actress.
Oh.
And then as of 2022, for the 2021 film version of West Side Story, Ariana DeBose won for the same role, Best Supporting Actress.
Good for her.
The interesting thing is, I'd like to point this out, a little more trivia. Of the 3 pairs, this award is the only one with the same name of the film and the same award.
Huh.
Both actresses won for Best Supporting, and it's for West Side Story and for West Side Story, not Godfather 1, Godfather 2, or Dark Knight Joker. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
So the second one
But they were
counts.
also the longest gap. They were, it was almost, oh my gosh, it was almost 60 years apart
Wow.
that these awards were given.
Well, I mean, isn't West Side Stories, isn't everyone a supporting character in that?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Even Tony and Maria are pretty much.
Yeah,
It's an ensemble piece. So anyway,
Super cool.
if there was a role that you guys could win for, what like kind of role would you want to play?
You don't get it in comedy roles. That's like
But that could be a cool thing.
that could be the first one.
There you go.
Got
You'd
it.
want it for a comedy. Oh well,
Yeah.
who won? Kevin Kline won for A Fish Called Wanda
Oh,
in that comedy.
okay.
He
So
was-
you're telling me there's a chance.
Yeah, there's definitely a chance. But if you have not seen that film, I highly recommend it because he is batshit in that movie, and it's great.
Okay.
He plays like a bumbling thief with like a temper problem,
Oh,
and he's constantly bungling his job. It's great. It's John Cleese. John Cleese wrote
nice,
it.
nice.
John Cleese, Kevin Kline,
One of your favorites.
one of my favorites, and Jamie Lee Curtis, who's
Oh,
just stunning in that movie. So highly recommend that one. But that's a comedy role that won an award.
yeah. I would think it'd be cool to be. I always thought it would be really fun to play like a villain.
Yeah.
Even before I saw like the Dark Knight and the Joker, like just being the bad guy has to be so fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because going back to some of my favorite movies that are not critically acclaimed, like Three Ninjas,
Yeah.
Snyder, I thought he was so awesome.
Yeah.
Like, and then Karate Kid 3 with I brought it up in Cobra Kai.
Is that Jennifer Garner?
No. That's a different Karate Kid. It's not Karate Kid 3, but it's like the part 3 of Karate Kid, but with Terry, the guy who plays Terry Silver. I thought he was awesome.
Yeah. Villains would be cool to win for.
Yeah.
They're actually most of the time they're a lot better.
There's more development.
Yeah, there's a lot more reason that goes into them, a lot more nuance.
Yeah.
So I get that. So a villain or a comedic role.
Yeah.
You anything stand out, DJ in and out?
Oh, I'd be all about that supporting role, like a Ben Mendelsohn type cat, like just be, super sweaty. It'd just be really off the wall quirky.
Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
I also think you got a point. The pressure's off when you're a supporting character, right? If you could just bring it every single day, they kind of say, all right, just do your thing. And when you come in, if you knock it out of the park, they're like, whoa, this is making the lead look really good.
Yeah.
And it's making the director look really good. But I think the lead performers have a lot more pressure on them to deliver, quote unquote. And it can be really hard.
Yeah. I mean, I think that is acting, though, is you have to do your job to make the other person look good.
Yeah.
Like giving them everything that they need to, work off you. And if everyone's making everyone else look good, then everyone looks good, right?
All ships.
I guess then that's ensemble. What about you?
The funny thing is with the supporting roles, I also think you increase your odds because there are some, like Ben Mendelsohn's a career supporting actor, but he's brilliant in supporting actor, but you would never hire him to be the lead in like a movie. He is great. I've seen he was the lead in Mississippi Grind, and he was really good in that.
He plays a great villain too.
He does.
He's
play
a great villain. You talk about he was in
Ready
everyone
Player
hated
One.
that movie, but the new Robin Hood movie, which I thought was great.
Oh,
I've seen that.
Prince John.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to watch that one.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx,
Jamie
Taron
Foxx is in
Egerton. He honestly is the reason why I think Ready Player One really worked.
Oh yeah.
I thought he was a good enough villain to tie it all together. Otherwise, I was kind of out of it on that. For me, like, what Oscar performance type I would want to win for?
Yeah.
In my current state, or like an imaginary.
Hey,
world?
what if this is 60 or not 60, 50 years down the road?
I think
40.
winning
60.
for like Ariana DeBose. When you watch West Side Story, she's dancing and singing and performing, and she's doing it all at the highest level. She's amazing.
It's camera tricks and ADR.
No, dude. How dare you? She is killing it in that.
Stunt doubles.
She's doing everything, and she's emoting the whole time.
Yeah, they got wires and all that stuff.
Moving your arms like a puppet. She's just there.
It's all
She's just there.
CGI.
She's just there. It's all
She's just a voice actor.
character-generated dance numbers.
Yeah.
I would say being a musical and winning for a musical would be crazy. But again, they don't do that many these days. So
Yeah, it's harder. I think it's harder to get in if it's not animation.
Yeah. Andrew Garfield was nominated for Tick, Tick, Boom, which was
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
it wasn't a big soundstage musical, but it was a performance musical. So it's possible. And he also has very good body control and does a lot of really
Spider-Man,
great movements. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That even if you did something like if it was, you could win for sound production in that kind of case. If you did like a musical.
Oh yeah. But
if you're going trying to grab anything.
Yeah, just give me something. No, I'd want to win for either a musical role at that level, which isn't really within my reality, because she's been trained for so long, or a role like I do like Daniel Day-Lewis, despite how crazy he is with his method. But every time I see him in something, I do really like it. So something for him where you're just in it. It's subtle, it's nuanced, and it's just great. So, or Aragorn reprising the role of Aragorn. That'd be cool.
That'd be dope. That was my original thought. I was like, but I'm more of a comic. I'm more of a jester.
I'm more of a Boromir.
Yeah.
I'm more of a Samwise.
I'm more of the guy that says proud feet.
Merry and Pippin are pretty.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be fun. So yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. Well, that takes me into another segment here that I wanted to a new segment that I brought up.
How does it take you into this?
Very smoothly. Very buttery smoothly. just like I can't believe it's not butter. Margarine. No, so what? This is a segment here for the ladies. As I look into the camera all creepily. So we had some feedback that we don't have enough topics for the ladies. We are neglecting our female audience and viewership here. Hello, hi. If you're seeing that wave, if not, you're just hearing me say hello, hi, and then talking about waving at a camera. But what I wanted to get into are weddings. We could talk about weddings. Women talk about weddings all the time. So why can't the boys throw a couple of aguas back and talk about weddings?
Weddings are for the boys.
Yeah, Saturdays are for the boys. Weddings are for the women. they don't.
What happens when the wedding is on a Saturday?
Hey, it's for the boys. Sorry, they should have thought about it. We claimed it first. But so, what goes into a wedding? Everything. It's more than you think. You think, okay, we just got to get a couple people together. We get a priest or some sort of a minister or ordainer. What do they call them?
People know how weddings work. Let's not talk about the mechanics. We know that. Let's talk about the emotions, right? I'm going to say on air, I'm sorry to my wife for letting her handle so much of what happened. It is an emotional experience for women that just preparing for it.
Yeah.
And I was out working on a film and kind of left her high and dry. So she handled a lot of it.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest challenge, not trying to speak for her, but trying to interpret what she said to me, is just how all the little details need to go into it. But I think the hardest part of it is how much other women judge the bride based off of the wedding.
That's the problem with it all.
It's crazy. My boys come and we're like, where's the bar? And when I go to a wedding, I'm like, where's the bar? But when women come, they scream and moan. No, I'm just kidding. Women come to the wedding, they are micro evaluating.
Look at those flowers. Look at that centerpiece. Yes. This is the music they're playing.
This food is terrible.
Oh my God, this drape.
They could be the closest friends.
Yeah.
And they could be ripping
Did you see her dress?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And
why would you wear those shoes to a wedding?
We're making light of it, but we're doing it because it's so terrible, right?
Because guys could never have a reality show.
You'd be over in 5 minutes.
Yeah, it'd be like, hey, want to come hang out? Sure.
The only reality shows that work for men are when men are trying to bang women. That's the only time it works. Or other guys. That's the only time it works. Yeah. Because it's relationship stuff and they care about it. But if it was just us hanging out, it would be exactly what you just said.
Yeah. Or it's like, or if there was beef, it'd be like, oh, dude,
bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
You moved your ball.
Bro.
I saw you kick your ball. Oh,
bro.
My bad, man.
Bro.
That guy's always scraping strokes.
That's how it is.
Yeah, bro.
Oh,
we were trying to avoid bro. We were trying to avoid the bros.
Sorry.
This is for the ladies.
This is for the ladies. Anyway.
Forgive us, ladies.
So that is the craziest part about weddings.
Yes.
And I've actually heard some women say, I am offended because that wedding wasn't good enough. That they attended. It wasn't even their wedding. They weren't even the bridal party. They were offended that it wasn't good enough. And I just go, what are you smoking? What are you doing? Get the hell out of here. That's crazy.
Yeah, it doesn't make it's who is the wedding for? It obviously seems like it's for the bride. But to me, isn't it a union of people?
Oh,
union of people, and you bring your closest people or extra extended people if you do that kind of thing, but it's the people that you care about currently in your life to celebrate with you.
My favorite moment, one of my favorite moments was really everything at the church, which you really aren't doing much there as far as decorating and everything. You're just at a church. And that was my favorite part. My favorite part was obviously the ceremony with Deanna and being there, but also the part where we came down and hugged all of you guys, because it was that community and that bonding. And I've seen a lot of weddings where everyone just kind of walks up real stiff. They do the thing and they walk out. But I liked being a part of it with the family, with the community, with the hugs and kisses, right?
Yeah.
Especially when we kissed. That was really
it was nice. We did.
So anyway, I had to get that off my chest.
There's a picture about that somewhere.
I cannot believe how skanky some of these women get about weddings.
Women do that. They gotta have these. I tried to convince my wife. We're married, but she still wants to have like a holy matrimony thing.
It's important. It's
important to women.
I can't wait for. I can't wait for my invitation.
I mean, dude,
I like going to weddings.
Yeah, I mean, to toss them a little credit. Like, I got to chime in for 2 seconds.
Here we go.
No.
Oh no, I got the softer take. Come on, boys.
I'm just kidding.
Just my sensitive side comes out.
Ooh.
No, I come from a big family. I have 2 older sisters. I have aunties more than I can count. And I remember one day my mom sat me and my 2 brothers aside and just said, "Your sister's getting married over the next month. If you get a phone call and you get asked to do something, you show up and you take care of it." And that was the end of it. There was no opinions. There was no nothing like, what do you think? Hey, it's you show up and you'll do what you're told. And when I was like, well, all right, this is where I just bow my head and get in line and thinking like, here we go. When I tell you I showed up to the day before my sister's wedding, my sister does all the crafts, all that shenanigans, builds everything.
Yeah.
I showed up and there was like 6 of my aunties on one side, 3 on the other. My mom's over here orchestrating an entire choir, and they're just, I mean, it was a militant system. And I was like, if me, Luke, and Nick tried to throw this together, we'd be in 3 camping tents and 4 igloo coolers, and
that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
That'd be great. But I've never seen such a prestigious, beautiful event put on. Granted, it was 100 degrees in that place, a little bit of an oversight. However, the other details, you want to get a party thrown together, you call up your wife, call up your friends, whatever. You tell them to put it down on paper, give us the bullet points. That's where we as dudes probably can't handle.
We're the worker ants.
We're the worker ants, worker bees.
Remember, we serve the queen, man.
We serve the queen, and we should.
Yeah.
What? Oh, go ahead. You got a question?
No. What you got?
A part of me is sad that the garter thing is gone. Like, it's fading out. We didn't do it.
Well, that's your fault.
I should have asked for it. I should have pounded the table for it.
I would have pulled one out of my pocket.
No. It's embarrassing.
Yeah. Okay. So I get it. Some girls are shy.
That in the bedroom.
I get some girls are shy. Maybe not the garter thing, but at least something for the guy to throw at his buddies. That's kind of funny.
You pull a chilly one out of the cooler and toss it back.
yeah, do that.
Start the new thing.
Do that. That's awesome. That's great.
Go bobbing for cold ones.
Yeah.
I wonder what it like at all. What if? I'm sure it happens out there. I'd like to go to a wedding that was predominantly planned by the man.
I'll do it.
No, you
got to convince Michelle.
Look at his face. Look at it.
I would do it. I could make it happen. Everyone's getting, what do you want from Wendy's? Order off the 4 for $4 menu.
You just rent a Frosty machine.
Yeah.
Everyone's happy.
That'd be awesome.
Boom, done. Food's
See,
done.
look at him. He's happy. DJ In-N-Out's like, give me the Frosty.
Yeah, you get 4. I'll get you 2 4 for $4. So say you got 100 people coming.
Big box meals for everybody.
That's $1,000. Bam. Food's done.
That's the worst part about the wedding. They're like, "What do you want? Just tell me what I'm eating. I don't care."
You got to guess 3 months out what you want on a Tuesday.
People, if you were at your dinner table, right, and you were at a fancy, everything was beautiful and nice, and you see the guy coming around with a cart with the giant red Chick-fil-A hot box bag. You would freak out. You would be like, best wedding ever.
Babe,
I don't care about the salmon.
Seriously, what if, like, no, the food's not salmon, it's not beef, it's not chicken beef. It's like, you want the spicy sandwich or the regular sandwich?
Give me all that buffalo sauce right now.
The barbecue sauce.
You want the nuggies or you want the Sammy? And what kind of sauce? Give me some of that Polynesian, baby. Yeah. No, seriously, that would be a sweet wedding. No, Nando's was awesome. With his food.
He did.
The tequila bar. He had a tequila bar. It's pretty much just tequila. I mean, genius if you want to have a party.
They had Polish food and Honduran food. Or South American food.
Mixed together.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What a combination.
I know.
It was fantastic. Dude, one of the most clutch moments. I have crazy cousins. Real quick.
About food.
Dude, they had, before the morning before the wedding, all the brothers went out and ordered like a few $100 worth of McDonald's and put it in the fridge.
I'm talking about.
After the party, they're just like, "You want real food?"
That's some foresight right there.
You want some food to go with that tequila? Yeah. Oh man,
That's where we did a cake tasting because that's what goes into it. You got to do cake tastings. You got to go to venues. You got to go to food tasting. Like Jesus Christ, just put some steak on a plate. Give us some green beans, whatever. No one's gonna remember this. But we were talking.
Her aunt will. Her aunt.
Yeah.
Her aunt will.
Aunt Sally, what I don't know. But we were talking with the cake lady, and I was like, "What if I did this, we just have like nachos or something?" She's like, "A table of nachos." Like, that's a great idea. Just have a 6-8 foot table full of like a nacho spread. That's genius. People just come in. You got all the salsas, the nachos, the cheeses, whatever. Make yourself a little platter. That's brilliant.
Wait, you're saying this or she was saying?
We kind of got together. Like we started.
And Michelle's like over there, no.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is great. This is amazing. And
She agreed it was amazing,
freaking
but
out.
not for the wedding. She's like, that is a good idea, but no.
No way, really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So the girl,
Taking notes here.
yeah, the girl's like, I'm gonna do it for my my boyfriend's 30th. It's like, okay,
No nachos.
this idea is not going to waste.
No nachos. Oh man, dude, this is great.
Yeah.
Any other stuff we want to talk about weddings? Anything
I
else
mean, I could
left
get
out?
into more gripes with it. Like, I think it's just a union of people. Throw a barbecue. I mean, they want all the glitz, the glamour, and stuff. And
But let's just for a second. They feel that way because of what other women are saying and what really the community. I mean, the wedding industry is $1 billion industry, and women. It's interesting. You'll get these really.
they prey on women.
Yeah, they do. But they these really. What's the word where you're like seeing really clearly?
Clarity.
Not sentient.
Sentient, clarity. What DJ In and Out just said, and I'm just going to say the words that you guys say.
Okay. Anyway, I'll think of it. But it's just like these moments where they kind of come out of the whole planning thing and they just go, this is a farce. This is a complete
Yeah, clairvoyancy.
clairvoyant. Close. We're getting closer. But they realize that
They're duped.
not that they're duped, but that it's a game that they feel like they have to play because they're women. So I can really
It's keeping up with the Joneses, really.
Exactly. And these marketing companies and all these businesses, all these tech companies, they just subtly push it on women. And now with Instagram and the imagery, it's even more so like you were talking about earlier with the beautiful dog, beautiful wife, all that stuff. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So I feel for them.
Yeah.
I feel for them. I'm sorry.
That's the thing. It's like, I just want people to have a good time. Like, I'm not going to remember who was wearing what. I'm not going to remember what was on the table. I'm going to remember the people that were there, just laughing, hopefully, maybe dancing. I'm not a dancer. I'm not a dancing man. No, not a Tony Danza. But I'll have some games or whatever. I don't know. Just some for people. I'm more of a gamesman guy.
More of a gamesman guy.
Get some activities.
I gotcha. Well, I think we dug into that a little bit. Maybe we do a rewind when we get closer to the big day, Luke, and check in with that. This word is going to bother me.
Floxinosin
All that talk about food, guys. I mean, you get a little gassy after that. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of gas, have you ever been on a crowded elevator? You know the one. Where you're with a potential new business partner heading up to that corner office, or you made eye contact with a hottie in the back while stepping in, and then you just let one slip? Or how about if you're cutting a rug at that crowded house party where you're just the center of the celebratory universe, everyone loves you, and you just can't keep the sphincter taut? Well, we've all been there. So we all need Gas Away in our pockets. Gas Away is an olfactory salvation in a small chapstick-sized canister you can easily stow on your person. If you get yourself in a situation that just stinks, pull the pin on a Gas Away, and instead of last night's chimichangas, your friends, colleagues, and local hotties will be smelling lovely lilac, summer spice, or autumnal aroma filling your personal bubble. If you're like me and need a bowel movement bailout, head over to gasaway.com and use the code VCAirBiscuit at checkout to get a BOGO bonanza of canisters. Never get busted again for breaking wind. This is not an actual product, service, or idea. Just in case you thought it was, it's not. If there is something out there with the same name, we are unaware and have no affiliation and offer no judgment on the actual product, service, or idea. Whoa, you're standing up for this segment?
I got to pull the jeans down. That way, my jeans are riding high on that one.
Too many drafts up in there.
Ankles are cold.
I'm going to take this one standing up, guys.
Okay.
Okay. So we are on to a segment we all love, very beloved to us, called Based on a True Story. This is where Luke and I are film producers, and we will be live pitching our latest film to producer in and out. We are going into a studio right now. We're taking you along with us to try and land this film's financing. Just to, put it in perspective, we are basing this off of a real life headline, so it's based on a true story.
All right, so we're stepping into Revolving Door Studios.
We're going to Revolving Door Studios.
Here with a producer in and out.
In and out every day. How are you, sir? Good to see you.
What's going on, guys? How you doing today? Let's make this meeting quick. Get it in and out, okay?
Okay, great. Absolutely can. So we have a film ready for you that's based on a true story. That's based on a story so crazy and so unbelievable that we just had to make it into a film. It's about a herd of deer that overruns a Wisconsin pub, and one even smashes through the window. So we open this film. We're up in Wisconsin, the land of milk and cheese and Aaron Rodgers. And we are just leaving a Packers game, and we're going to the pub. Okay, like this, our main character, Jimmy John. Jimmy John is walking dejectedly. The Packers just lost; they're out of the playoffs, and he's walking to his favorite pub in Wisconsin. Okay, and it's a little bit out of town, so he's got a bit of a walk, and he's just thinking about the glory days and when the Packers were great, right?
You should be doing something different.
He's riding his bicycle, and he's getting there sooner, and then he runs into his other buddy who's riding another bicycle.
He should run into something different, I think.
He's running into a figment of his imagination with his dad, who passed away from back in the days when they were watching Packers games together. So him and his dad are riding their bikes. His imaginary ghost dad is with him, and it's Jimmy John and his dad Billy Bob, or Bobby Lee we call him. And they get to their favorite pub.
Yeah, they're riding their bikes, and then kind of curious. We saw a lot more deer than we had expected. Him talking, kind of going crazy. Maybe he's thinking he's crazy seeing these deer because he's crazy talking to his figment of his dad.
Yeah.
So rolls up, ties up his bike, steps in the front door, looks around, and he's got the regular crowd after a game, and walks up. He's like, "I'll have a Miller High Life, sir."
I think you should have something different.
I'll take a clean whiskey.
I think you should have something different.
Give me 7 and 7. I'm feeling a little frisky. And his dad sits down next to him, and he's like, "Oh, and 2 shots of Patron."
I think it should be something different.
And 2 shots of ginger ale. Kind of stomach's acting up a little bit.
Should be something different.
Actually, if you could give me some Jägermeister, that'd hit the spot.
Should be something different.
Can I just get some Tito's, just straight Tito's, and we'll be good to go. So he's got his 7 and 7 in Tito's, and here's to you, Dad. Throws it back, and he looks up. Now there's a Bucks game on TV. Because that's just the season.
Should be something different.
There's this hunting show on TV. Guys in their orange vests, and they're pulling in 12-pointers.
Yeah.
And you got the people at the bar like kind of this is what I'm talking about. I'm about to go out next weekend.
Yeah.
And they're just getting all sorts of riled up over this competition that they're seeing.
Yeah. And so Jimmy John is there talking with this new guy, this side character, and they're talking about hunting. And when all of a sudden, this is in the first 10 minutes of the film, right? This deer, this giant buck, comes flying through the front window of the pub. And then it just turns into chaos. There's deer everywhere. They're flying into this pub. People are going nuts all over the place. It's just a complete havoc scene, but it's like an action scene with deer.
Yeah.
And Bobby Lee is like saying to his son, like, you need to get to higher ground.
It should be something different.
He's saying you need to get behind the bar.
It should be something different.
He's saying you have to get to the men's room.
I think it should be something different.
You have to get to the women's room. And so Jimmy John, who trusts his dad and loves his dad completely, just goes straight for the beeline. And it's actually good that he did this, because as he's going into the women's room, another giant buck comes charging in and just blasts into the men's room, and you just hear screams. You just hear a dude in there just screaming. Yeah. And so essentially he's taking shelter in the women's room with a new woman named Chris Connie. She's a woman, right?
I think it should be something different.
Her name is Jennifer Jangles. Jennifer Jangles. That's her last
It should
name.
be somebody different.
Her name is Megan Mallory. Her name is Megan Mallory.
It should be something different.
Her name is Zoe Zahida. Okay. So Zoe Zahida and him went to high school together, and they didn't realize they were back in town. And she's like, "What's going on out there?" And it's just like this huge action scene, and they have to fight their way out of the pub now through all these like rabid deer. We figure out that they are rabid deer.
Yeah, these deer have gone crazy, and they're taking over the town. Because you get the prelude from before, so they're walking through. Zoe and Jimmy are walking through, and they start creeping out. They're like, kind of like, is the coast clear? And they're peeking their head out, and then as they're about to get up, they step on the broken glass.
It should be something different this step on.
So these tables are like broken and shattered, and
It should be something different.
They slip on a bologna sandwich that was there from earlier, and so Jimmy goes down and he makes a ruckus, and the deer turn back to the bar that were outside, and they're like, "Oh no, we gotta go. We can't stay in here. They know we're in here now." So Zoe and Jimmy, they start running around the corner. They're looking for ladders to climb. So they jump up on the trash, the trash can bin thing. I can't think of the word. Dumpster.
They should jump on something different.
There's like an air conditioning unit that they can stand up. So Jimmy's lifting up Zoe like to climb up, and so Zoe gets up, and then Jimmy starts climbing, and a deer's like grabs him by the ankle, and so he's like fighting and trying to kick and all that stuff, and he finally gets up, and so then they climb up, and they scope around like, what is going on with all these deer?
Yeah.
And yeah.
So Jimmy realizes that he has to go get his hunting gear, which they were talking about earlier in the bar. Like everybody's in a hunt. Like there's a couple other people on the roof who made it on, and they say, "Look, like something's going on with all these deer. We got to get to our homes. They can see across the street is the hunting supply store.
Yeah.
And they can see that it's still open, and there's people in there that have barricaded the door, so that if we can get over to the hunting store, we can eradicate all these deer." So they hatch a plan. They are on the roof. They start pulling up shingles on the roof, and they start like throwing them at stuff at cars to hit them, so they start beeping. And then they run across the street. It's not too long of a segment because we want to get into the store fast, right? Yeah. So they got there, and now they're arming up. Everybody's grabbing their weapons of choice. Jimmy John grabs a shotgun, like a 12-gauge shotgun, and Zoe, she grabs like a big revolver.
She should grab something different.
She grabs a bow, like a bow and arrow.
She should grab something different.
She's like a total badass and just kills deer with like a knife. Like she just goes up. She's that fast. She's good with a knife. So Jimmy John with the shotgun. She's got the knife. And then you got the store owner, because all those other people on the roof got killed on the way over, because it's like this big kind of like fight scene. And the guy who's the store owner was a good friend of his dad, Bobby Lee, and his name is Georgie Porgy. And Georgie Porgy is like full on like hunter rifle guy, like full kitted out.
Yeah, he's dressed to the nines, if you will, as much as a hunter can be. Because he takes off the orange vest and he puts on the camo.
Yeah.
He just looks like a whole montage. He's like, this is the day he's been waiting for his whole life. He's like, finally, the deer come to me.
He should say something different.
He said, let's get buck on the bucks.
He should say something different.
He said, Jimmy, I've known you since you was a little boy. and you know me since you were a little boy, but you're about to see a monster out there. And he kicks open the door. Whee! Bam! He like starts pumping and shooting. He's just kind of going crazy, like shooting, reload. He's I'm out, Jimmy, and this is kind of like the hero moment for him as he steps out and he's shooting. He's like he kind of has a moment of not doing well.
Yeah,
and he chokes, and that's when you see this buck. We kind of get this visual of this buck starts charging through. This is a big buck. He starts knocking cars out of the way. Just massive, charging at the owner. I forgot his name. I'm sorry. I'm just so
Georgie
Porgy. My bad. Georgie Porgy is a sitting duck in this situation. He's reloading, and he kind of fumbled around, but he was so in the zone. And then that's when Jimmy John has this moment, like he's like, and he's trying to get his gun out. And then that's when Zoe Zahida kind of steps in, super style. She steps up in front of Georgie Porgy, and just stands there, waits for the deer, the big buck coming, and just as he comes, just you hear a fing, and sitting there, and then the head flies over, the body goes the other way. Georgie's like frantic and sweating, and Jimmy's falling in love at this point.
Jimmy says, I think I just creamed my pants.
Should be something different.
He says, I think I'm in love.
Should be something different.
Damn, that girl is buck wild. And they realize they make it to Georgie Porgy's truck. They get on the CB radio. They find out there's a bunch of other survivors down at City Hall. They get into the truck and they start driving. It's a crazy scene. These deer are chasing him. They're like hitting the side of the car. Georgie Porgy's trying to drive. Jimmy finally realizes he's gotta protect the woman he loves. He gets crawls through the back window. He's in the back of the truck. He's shooting shotguns out of the back of the truck as they're driving to town. And
he's doing something different.
He's throwing gas cans out of the back and shooting them, and it's a huge explosion. It's a really cool scene. Very creative, hillbilly creativity. Yeah. And they finally get to the town center where a bunch of other people have barricaded themselves inside the town.
They've done something else.
They've just pretty much climbed onto the roof again. These people like to climb onto roofs in this town.
They do something different.
They fortified the rec center swimming pool, so they are in the water, but it's surrounded by sandbags and stuff. So the deer don't want to jump in the water either, so they stay out. So everyone gets in the water except for Bobby Lee, who we've kind of forgotten about, right? He's like, I'm a ghost. I can't get in the water.
Yeah.
And he's like, why, Dad? Why can't ghosts go in water? He's like, long story, but I just can't, so I'm going to have to leave you now. So they kind of have this heartfelt goodbye, and Bobby Lee just says, son, I'm proud of you, and I'm always going to be proud of you.
He says something different.
He says, nice shot, son.
He said something different.
He said, go get that woman, son.
He says something different.
Son, it's mating season.
So then the romantic scene, and as they finish, as they come out of the the deep end, the crowd, the people of the town are talking, and there's this guy. He's like, actually, I've seen this. I've heard about this before happening, and he has this this formula that they have to get, and it's actually some shampoo that they need, and it has a special ingredient in the shampoo.
It's something different.
It's actually of antifreeze is what they need.
It's something different.
It's actually grape jelly is what they need. And so
we could have got this at the bar.
They could have got this at the bar is what Georgie Porgy's saying.
Yeah.
So now the end of the movie, they're trying to get this grape jelly and then put it on some salt licks, and it's going to counteract the rabidness. So just kind of to wrap this up in a way, got the love scene. You have now
in the pool.
Everyone's kind of like
everyone's still there.
Yeah.
But the heat is so hot between these two.
They're
just under the water, and they can't see it. The other people can't see it because it's under the water.
Yeah. So now they got to make their way back either to the bar or the grocery store. Kind of, they're trying to decide. They're going to send out two groups. So Zoe and Jimmy, they make their way, and Georgie, they're squad one going to get this grape jelly.
Yeah, and so they do it. They get the jelly. They start applying it to salt licks. I mean, they've pretty much had to obliterate all the deer in their area, but they need to spread the word out to the rest of the country and make sure that this deer scientist essentially came up with a formula. And essentially, it comes to light that at the end of the film, Aaron Rodgers was actually on his drive home after the loss was actually pummeled to death by deer. Like they flipped his car and they just hooved him to death. And so Jimmy, was we kind of forgot to plant it, but you kind of plant it in the beginning of the movie that he's like this. He was a quarterback prospect and all that. And after surviving and with a lot of NFL players just decimated around the country from all these deer attacks, he actually gets to step in and be the Packers QB. And the end of the movie, he's at the stadium. He's taking the field. Zoe Zahida is in the front row cheering him on, and sitting right behind her is his dad, clapping, tips his hunting cap to him, and
it's hunting season.
It's hunting season, and that's where the movie ends.
Yeah.
Well, that's a wild ride, fellas.
Oh yeah,
it start to finish. It's a romance story wrapped in like a zombie deer movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have a title for this movie yet?
Oh yeah, of course we do. It's Buck Till the Day I Die. And
you like that?
Yeah, I do like that.
Yeah, I thought you'd like that one. So yeah, it's keep on bucking is the second
tagline.
one.
That's the tagline.
What's the
Keep on
tagline?
bucking.
Keep on bucking.
It should be
Keep
something
on
different.
Nuck if you buck.
Should be something different.
It's mating season. It's from the movie. It's
Yeah.
mating season.
Yeah. It's good.
I like it.
Shoot your shot. Shoot your shot. That was another one we were playing around with. So yeah, that was it. What was it? Buck.
It's high noon in Bucktown.
Buck till you drop.
What's it?
Buck till you drop.
Yeah, buck till.
Buck your butt off.
Beers are $2, and bucks are everywhere.
$2 beer night.
Yeah.
So that's it.
This is good. Can I ask one more question?
Sure.
So who's gonna be our lead actor in this?
We were thinking Andrew Garfield.
Oh no, should be somebody different for sure.
Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, that's gonna work. Yeah, that'll work.
Anybody who's played Spider-Man.
Yes. Those are our front runners.
We think that'd be really good for the market.
Yeah.
Well,
Buck till you drop. What is it?
I forgot.
oh, this is great. This is great stuff.
We got the movie made. We got the movie
It's
made.
good. It's good.
I would definitely buy this movie, fellas. I think you got a deal.
Done.
Don't be a hero, mate. You look after your mates, and your mates will always look after you. Yeah, cheers.
Yeah, cheers indeed. We got, what we got going on here in this edition of one of our favorite segments, probably the favorite segment of this current moment.
Yeah.
We got Swooping Crows.
Oh.
I know you guys are thinking crows don't swoop on people normally, but magpies do. You guys seen those videos of magpies swooping people?
No.
It's great.
It's great.
There's this one of this kid riding on like a little scooter down this hill, and this magpie just like swooping all around his head, and the guy's just like filming this like with his phone, like totally not what Davion Johnson would have done. This is from last episode, if you can remember that.
Out of the air.
But yeah, people, there's two sides of the story of that. Well, this is totally different than what I wanted to talk about, but it's a hilarious story. But yeah, so magpies are known for swooping people. Not crows. Crows, though, they do have good memory of people and events.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
crows are smart,
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
and that's what it makes them difficult. You brought up the one about the laser pointer.
Crows.
Yeah, laser crows. This is crows just being assholes. So here we have a murder of crows has been terrifying pedestrians on Gold Coast Cavill Avenue, captured swooping at passerbys in what's experts are calling a rare display of aggression. 3 crows have been seen terrorizing people and have been reporting by the local council. They don't seem to hit anybody. They're just scaring the crap out of people, is what some people are saying. It's not to be expected. It's really unusual. Some crows have taken to doing it. Nobody really understands why. So a little non-statement there.
It's happening. We don't know why.
It's happening. So yeah, here this is. I think this was a scientist or something. They remember individual people. They'll swoop them and probably give their lives hell. So if you're swooped by a crow, go a different direction until the crows have finished their breeding season. So this is possibly during breeding season. Maybe getting too close to nests or something.
They remember you?
They do.
Gosh.
That dude saw us shagging. I'm going to poke his eyes out.
Yeah. So yeah, behavioral ecologist Daryl Jones from Griffith University. So
Jones.
Crows are insanely smart and that they're virtually impossible to catch. So it's like they can't stop them or catch them. So maybe they need to bring the lasers.
We should write. Yeah, I was gonna say we should write them and be like, "Have you tried lasers?
Tried lasers? Why don't you get with that other part of Australia?
Yeah. No, that was California.
That was California. Yeah.
Let's connect them. Some velocity chaos diplomacy right here.
So they say most common. Here's what I said earlier. The most common swooping culprits over spring tend to be magpies defending their nests. So that's normal. But so they said make eye contact with the bird. It may make it less likely to attack you. Wear sunglasses. It's recommended to protect your eyes.
Well, then how do you make eye contact?
You got big bug eyes.
These people are. There's a lot of like double meaning. Like there's like a lot of conflicting information going on here. I feel bad if you're gonna laser crows in mating season and they're like getting it on and they're like, let's get it on, and then he's like, oh, what's in my eyes? Honey, are you blind right now?
So if you're being swooped, it's recommended to walk away, not run. Shows power.
Fight or flight.
Yeah.
I choose to walk away.
Semi-flight on the ground slowly. So crows. So I was thinking, crows hold grudges, but maybe they're also judges. You ever think about this? They could be testing people to see if they're good or evil. Maybe they know if there's people that are bad. So maybe if we get like a courthouse outside of this place, and then if the crows attack the people, they're guilty. If they don't,
you
then
go
they're
to
good.
jail.
Yeah.
What would Marcus Aurelius say?
That's
you
right.
can't control crows, but you can control your mind.
Yes, exactly.
It's funny with the crows. I mean, yeah, man. Wow, crows are really just getting it on.
Yeah, go take a different street if you're that afraid.
If you're that freaked out by crows, I know some people are terrified of birds.
That's because that movie.
I guess, but
Or was that before that?
no, I just think people are afraid. I mean, birds are really erratic, and that can scare lots of
The
people.
beady eyes.
The beady eyes.
You know, I always thought it would be I don't know if it was an insult, but I think it should have been an old-timey insult. So there's crows, but then there's smaller ones that kind of look like crows. They're called grackles.
Oh yeah,
And so they're black, but then at least the ones around here are common grackles, and they have like a blue metallic head.
Yes.
Yeah, so you've seen them most likely.
yeah.
I'm like, is that a crow? But it's smaller than a crow. But I thought a good old-timey insult would be, you are nothing more than a common grackle. I feel that just hurts.
That one hits right in the nads.
Yeah. Dang, I'm no more than a common grackle.
Common grackle. I'm writing that one down.
Yeah, it's a good one. I've had that one for a while in the back pocket.
I'm choosing to walk away, crow.
You wish you were a crow.
Just tell that crow he doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You don't matter. Crow's just coming at you.
Yeah. I mean, because in life, when you're faced with hardships and crows swooping you, really you have to dig down deep inside and realize maybe you're the one with the problem, and you have to change the way you think about things. If you have a problem with everyone around you and everything around you, maybe you are the problem. So if you change the way you see it, and so maybe weddings aren't the problem. It's the way we see weddings. Maybe it's the way that people approach weddings, and maybe you're just a joker that's dead already inside. Maybe you're a little Annie orphan, and you're 60 years old now, and it doesn't make any sense for you to be on the West Side Story, because when Don Corleone, Vitellone, whatever his name was old and young, he was still quite the character to watch, is what I'm telling you. And when you're staring at Buck right in the eyes in life, and you got your sweet hot mama in the deep end, you got to take your shot. That's just life, as long as it's consensual. That's all for you folks.
All right. We are pulling into the recommendation station. Woo woo. I am going to recommend some music. This is not as a refined recommendation as last time. I'm recommending Seagulls Stop It Now by Bad Lip Reading on YouTube. This is the one with Yoda and Luke. This cracks me up. The music is hysterical. Yoda is just a dime in it. You got some classic lyrics in this, like Seagull's gonna come poke you in the coconut. And you got some fun, like kind of spoken lyrics, like, hey man, you're not my friend. And then Yoda replies, don't go to sleep. I'm telling you guys, you got to check it out. It's fun for families. It's fun for all ages. It's kind of a banger. It's got some good licks in it. And it's the Bad Lip Reading guys at their best. I didn't know they did songs. I know it's more recent.
What about My Stick?
Yeah. But it started with all those NFL ones, and those are great. But they've since expanded it out, and it's a good it's a good banger. It's a good jam.
That's good stuff. Yeah,
summer jam. So that's it. Seagulls, Stop It Now by Bad Lip Reading. You can see that on YouTube. We'll post it in the links. Well, that does it for episode 49. I just want to thank DJ In and Out for trooping through with us and having a good time.
Thanks for having me out, guys. I had a great time this episode. Real fun one.
How good of a time did you have?
I had a fantastic time.
You heard it here first, folks. Have a fantastic time. Like DJ In and Out on the next episode. We will see you soon. It's going to be an exciting one. We have some surprises for you guys. I'll just pitch it a little bit now, so you don't want to miss that at all. Thank you as always for listening. We appreciate you. We appreciate all that you do to make the world a better place. And we hope that we've made your day a little brighter. See you next time. This is Nick signing off.
And this is Luke signing off. Yes, episode 50 coming up. Next episode, 49 was a blast. But if, DJ In and Out's lady was here, she would have been judging, how many times we sniffled at the quality of our microphones and the quality of the water we had. That's okay. That's all right. We're just having a good time. It's for the boys, really. And for you viewers out there watching, listening, we appreciate you so much. Thank you very much. And, like they always say, just do it in your head first and figure that stuff out, because everything else, even if it doesn't make sense, it'll be better when you figure your shit out, okay? All right, have a good one. Thank you for tuning in to the Velocity Chaos Podcast. We upload new episodes every Monday and Thursday. Be sure to subscribe and rate us on iTunes, Spotify, or your podcast platform of choice. Interact with us on Instagram at Velocity Chaos Pod or on Facebook and YouTube at Velocity Chaos Podcast. We are grateful for your time and hope you enjoyed it here. Please tell a friend, and thank you once again.